Hello everyone, Parallel here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. There is a featured episode event going on right now, and I think this event is going a little bit under the radar for most people, with all of the huge hype for the upcoming Agents of Yesterday, which is going to be released in just a few days from now, and also with the major bombshell announcement of the Kelvin lockbox, where they're bringing the whole Kelvin timeline into Star Trek Online, basically the JJ verse, and they announced a whole bunch of ships, and plus the Infinity lockbox that was just released. There's just been so much news and so much hype for the upcoming events that I think this episode replay event is kind of going under the radar. So I wanted to make a quick video about it and basically show what the rewards are and how to get them. Pretty simple video, but just keep in mind that these episode replay events are extremely rare. I returned to Star Trek Online about a little over a year and a half ago, back when the Delta Rising expansion came out. I came back after a long break, basically since launch. And since I've been playing, there's been none of these. There's been no events where they've done these featured episode replays. And some of these have pretty cool or unique rewards that are, worthwhile doing. So since these events are so rare, I'd say definitely take advantage of this while it is running. And speaking of that, this event is running from June 30th through July 14th. So it is running for a couple more weeks, and that's plenty of time to, go ahead and complete these missions and get their extra rewards. And yeah, so let's go through those now. But like I said, just keep in mind that these are very rare, these events. So, in fact, I hear that these episode replays back in the old days would actually they would actually reward low buy, which is actually pretty cool. That'd make these events even more amazing, but this time around it looks like there's no low buy rewards, which is a bit of a bummer. But they still do give the reward that you get from the mission itself. So in this case, for this event, they are bringing back 4 featured episodes. They are Cutting the Cord, Cold Storage, Night of the Comet, and Boldly They Rode. Now, if you look at the announcement on the webpage, it actually, makes it sound like you have to do the entire what am I thinking here? The entire storyline to get the reward. You actually don't have to do that. You just have to do that specific episode. So I'll show you quickly where these are, and you can actually see when you look at them in your when you look at them in the mission replay. When you do a replay,
Starfleet Intelligence has
and you take a look down here, you will actually see the extra reward. So, for example, this is the Cutting the Cord. This one gives you the Reman science officer. Kind of a cool thing to get a Reman even on a Federation character. Another reward is Cold Storage, which is part of the Breen story arc. And that is down here. Cold Storage is the last one in the arc. If you replay this one, you will be able to get your hands on the Breen Tactical Bridge Officer. Again, very unique. I believe this is the only way to get a Breen. And he's pretty cool. And what else we got here? We got Night of the Comet. That's a very fun mission. That's a pretty low level one as well. So this one you should be able to easily get your hands on. And where is it? It's not Wasteland. It's the one with the Davidians. Well, here's Boldly They Rode. This is another one.
Now that we have the aid of one of the founders, we should have no trouble.
This one gives you the
an
actual ground device, the Shard of Possibilities. That is an excellent ground device. I will demonstrate that here in a moment, because I actually have done this event on this character, so I do have these rewards, and I'll show them off. But that Shard of Possibilities is a very good one. If you're going to do any of these 4 episodes, I definitely recommend that one. That is a top-notch ground device. And where is Night of the Comet? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was in Klingon War. I went right past it. But yeah, this is a very low-level mission, and this one you can get the nifty little ground device, the what is it? Ophidian, the Ophidian cane, which is from that one TNG episode where they went back in time, and there were those aliens, the Davidians, were basically dressing up as humans, going around and draining people of their energy. And they were using this Ophidian cane to do it. So basically, it looks like a snake. Pretty cool little device as well. So there you go. You can get your hands on 2 unique bridge officers and 2 epic ground devices by doing these 4 episodes. And like I said, I have done them here, so you can see here I do have the Shard of Possibilities here equipped, and the Ophidian cane as well. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to go here to my bridge officer candidates. Unfortunately, I'm out of bridge officer slots, as you can see, which is unfortunate, so I can't actually commission these 2 officers here, but I can at least show them here. You can take a look at kind of what they look like. So, yep, the Breen guy pretty much looks like a Breen. And let's take a look. Let me mouse over his abilities here. His he does have a unique trait here. He has this superior cryonic visor beam. Exploit attack. He has superior cold dwelling. Resist slow en route. It's okay. Not the best trait out there. Soldier. That's a very good trait. Mental discipline is an okay trait. But Soldier is very good, and I'm not quite sure how good his superior cryonic visor beam is. Unfortunately, a lot of these ground traits that are actually attacks have a really long cooldown, which makes them kind of meh, typically. But I don't know if, in particular for this one, because I can't see the specific details of it, if it's any good. But there you go. If you want a Breen on your team, that is a good way to do it. He seems like he'd be a pretty decent ground officer. If you want to bring him on your away team, seems like he'd be good at that. And then you also have the Reman Science Officer. And his traits are Superior Telepath. That's actually pretty cool. Improved Expose Chance. And Duration. That's kind of nice. Give him some exposed abilities. He could do very well if you like to, it's often a good combination to get put all a bunch of exposed abilities on all of your officers, and then you can go with the exploit abilities. And with all of your officers out there exposing the enemies, then you can take good advantage of all of your exploit abilities, especially as a tactical officer. Works well. Mental Burst, another attack. This one's another expose attack. Point blank AoE knockback. Again, not quite sure how good these are. Usually they have long cooldowns, so they're of middling usage. They're not the best things out there typically. Now, I don't know this one for sure. Mental Discipline is okay, and Stubborn also just okay. So it seems like another average to maybe slightly above average with the Superior Telepath, and if the Mental Burst is good, Ground Officer. Not the best bridge officer for space. Neither of these officers have any space abilities, so they're pretty much what you'd want to use for an away team, if you do want to take advantage of them. Oh, let me bring that back up and we can see what the Reman guy looks like, at least in his portrait here. So yeah, looks like your typical Reman. I don't know if you can customize these. I'm pretty sure the Breen officer you can't customize the outfit, and I would also be quite surprised if you can customize the Reman as well. Although that is a little bit more possible because he is actually one of the player races, so you might be able to customize his look. But the coolest thing is that they are unique officers, and they are very rare because you can only get them. You could only get them in the original featured episode, and now during the replay event. So if you have missed out on them, pick them up. Okay, so those are the 2 bridge officers. Let's take a look at the devices. Now, the Shard of Possibilities is an excellent ground device for pretty much any class. Best way to think of this one is it's kind of like a mini, or I guess a poor man's security team. And so let's go give this a try. And I'll also take a look at the Ophidian cane. Well, let's actually read it, what it says here. It says, Shard of Possibilities can fuse up to 10 targets within a 15-foot radius for 5 seconds. So it gives you a short confuse when you activate it. And it calls down 2 level 54 quantum shadows from an alter universe for 60 seconds. So they last for a long time. Basically, it brings down 2 duplicates of yourself for that 60 seconds. And they don't do a whole lot of damage, but they're pretty decent. They're a good distraction. And like I said, they do pull some heat off of you, and they last for a long time. So it's kind of like just like a little mini security team. Kind of cool. And it's, you know, it's a reusable device. It's got a fairly long cooldown. When I test it out here, we'll take a look at the cooldown. I believe it's 5 minutes. And then the other one here is the Ophidian cane. It is a point-blank AoE life drain. It's kind of cool. It's if you fought the Davidians, they basically have. It's pretty similar to the ability that I think it's the Eidolons use, the boss characters, where they kind of lift you up in the air and drain your life. So basically, this one will target up to 5 foes, and it does damage to them, and it heals you, and gives you some damage resistance rating, and stuns the targets. The only thing is it has a really long animation. While you're doing this, you pretty much can't do anything else. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's put you guys on passive for now. So let's go run in here and use the cane, see how that does. Get their attention. Alright, cane. There we go. Got all of them. That's a pretty big radius. And sucks them all in and drains them for that amount of time. Let's use the Shard of Possibilities. And there you go, there's my 2 little duplicates there.
Flanking damage detected.
You can see they do like to draw a little bit of aggro. Actually, they do okay damage. I mean... Oh, there goes someone else. So pretty cool. You get 2 little duplicates that run around, and they last for a really long time. Now, let's see here. I'm curious if Chronoton Jolt will reduce the cooldown. Oh, indeed it will. Yep. So Chronoton Jolt will reduce the cooldown on the Shard of Possibilities. And I wonder if also Tactical Initiative will. It looked like it did on the cane. I didn't really see if it did on the Shard. Didn't really look like it. It was hard to tell with that long of a cooldown. Oh, and there they go. So not bad. I mean, you get yourself a little mini security team. That'd be pretty nice, especially on like an engineer or a science career, because you don't get security team for those careers. But even then, it's even in a tactical character, it's actually nice. In fact, I'll wait here for the cooldown and use it one more time. But I'm thinking you could actually, if you use your security team and your Shard of Possibilities at the same time, you could have a little army following you around. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, it looks like someone's actually doing the event. I'll tell you what, I'm going to change channels here real quick, because I want to test this out one more time. And I want to use it in conjunction with security team and just see how that does. But it is a 5-minute cooldown, which is pretty long, honestly. So it's more of like an oh shit type ability as opposed to something you use all the time. But you can reduce it with Chronoton Jolt. In fact, I'll do it again here. And I couldn't quite tell if Tactical Initiative worked on it. I'll have to do a little more testing there. Alright, so we got the 4 guys up here. Let's make sure you guys are still on passive, so I don't want them to take them out too quickly. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is I will use security team and Shard of Possibility at the same time. Go in here, use the cane, and just see how quickly these can be taken out with just those abilities. I do wonder if the cane damage and everything can be buffed up with. Yeah, I'll use some buffs. I'll use the strike team, the intelligence team, and the Iconian. Okay, so let's get Shard of Possibilities out. Let's call in this. Yep, so we got our little army going on here. Let's go in here and absorb. Pulling them all in. That works pretty good. So you got like your little small army going on here. You see they actually last much longer than a typical security team does as well. So very nice. Very good, very good little ground devices there. Kind of long on the cooldown, but still very, very good. I'm definitely going to pick this up on my science and engineering characters for sure. But even on tactical, I could see. I mean, this seems like it'd be a staple, always want to have with you, ground device. Alright, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. I just want to make sure everyone knew about this event because, like I said, I think it's going a little bit under the radar here with all of the other major announcements and big hype coming up. I'm actually very excited about the whole JJ universe being brought into Star Trek Online. I think some people might be a little bit against it, but I think it's, at least just from a marketing standpoint, I think it's very good for Star Trek Online as a game. I think it will bring in new players. It'll cash in on the movie hype, which is good for Cryptic and good for the game. And, you know, let's face it, I mean, JJ movies are the new movies of Star Trek, so I don't know, I just think it makes sense to bring it in. Even if you don't like the JJ universe as much, I still think it's overall very good for the game. Alright, so that is the featured episode event, everyone. Let me just quickly refresh here. So there are 4 episodes you need to do to get the rewards. And they are the... where is it? Night of the Comet. That will get you the cane. And then you also need to do Cutting the Cord. That will get you the Reman officer. You need to do... was it Boldly They Rode? Yes, Boldly They Rode. This mission's kind of a pain in the butt, but Boldly They Rode to get the Shard of Possibilities. And then the last mission of the Breen, which is Cold Storage, to get the Breen Bridge Officer. So there you go. Just do those 4 missions, collect your rewards, and enjoy them because the very limited time, July 14th, the event will end, and it will probably be years. I mean, we're talking years before you can ever get these things again. So they're quite exclusive. Oh, good, it came up. Let's use it one more time. There we go. Shard of Possibilities. And you can bring in your security team and have a little army all surrounding you. It's pretty cool that they actually, the possibility duplicates actually do duplicate your character and costume and everything, so that's pretty cool. Alright guys, well I believe that covers it, so go out there and take advantage of the featured episode event, and don't forget about it with all the other cool events going on right now. I will of course be covering Agents of Yesterday, no question about it. I will be making a new Agent of Yesterday character and doing a little playthrough there, and I think what I'll do with that is maybe do a little bit of a new player's guide. I know I've had some commenters ask for a new player's guide, and I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to do that while playing through the Agents of Yesterday episodes and having fun on that new character. And in fact, if you want, since the Agents of Yesterday is coming out so soon, you may want to level up that character as much as you can, as quickly as you can, because they will also be able to take advantage of the this featured episode event. So your new Agent of Yesterday will be able to get their hands on some of these rare epic ground devices. If you're not super into grinding, you might not be able to make it all the way up to the maybe the Breen one might be a little bit hard to get. That's the only higher level one. but the epic ground devices and everything you should be able to get without too much problem. So when you make your Agent of Yesterday, try to concentrate on that, and remember to get to those, at least those 4 key episodes if you at all possible before July 14th. Might be a little bit hard, but it shouldn't be too bad. Leveling in this game is pretty quick. So there it is, everyone. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in Star Trek Online right now. But don't forget about this little event that's going on with the featured episodes, and looking forward to Agents of Yesterday, and I will see you guys then. All right, thanks for watching. Bye for now.